Minglawa and welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Here are the latest news and reports. President urges all national brethren to safeguard the union against disintegration. Next, on 8th Myanmar Heritage Trail Tourism Rally. A story coverage on efforts being put into providing persons with disabilities with rights and living. And the last report on the 3rd Independence Movement International Film Festival in Yangon. Now, before we get to the reports, why don't we have a look at what's happening in local news. Union Minister for Education Dr. Myo Thainji held a meeting with education officers in Yangon region on Sunday where he discussed timely distribution of school textbooks and teachers' handbooks, as well as teaching learning methods and project-based learning with the assistance of teaching aid. The ministry will upgrade the 2-year education colleges to the 4-year education degree colleges, recruiting basic education teachers, the priority of locals in ethnic areas, systematic transfer and promotion schemes, teaching of ethnic literature and culture, building individual and coordination skills of school children and their sports activities. The Union Minister also advised to hold competitions of English language skills, mathematics skills, and IT skills to educate school children not to consume alcohol, cigarettes, and narcotic drugs, but to abide by rules and to practice a healthy lifestyle with avoiding internet games, systematic disposal of garbage, personal hygiene, and school health campaigns. Union Minister for Hotels and Tourism, U Mount, attended the inaugural ceremony of Visit Nepal 2020 and Tourism Ministerial meeting held in Kathmandu, Federal Democratic Republic of Nepal, last Wednesday. Objectives of the conclave 2020 were to share initiatives taken by respective countries for sustainable tourism and to make joint initiatives in fighting against climate change and preservation of products from natural and cultural heritages. The meeting was also attended by foreign ministers and senior officials from China, India, Jamaica, Bhutan, and Cambodia, as well as heads of foreign missions in Nepal. The Ministry of Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation introduced new 100 tourist attractions targeting 2 million foreign visitors to Nepal in 2020. On 2nd of January, Union Minister U Win and party visited some significant places, including the birthplace of Buddha in Lumbini Park and Myanmar Golden Temple. The Union Minister and party also held talks with the local tourism minister and the Lumbini Development Trust on cooperation in the tourism industry between the two countries, the itinerary of Buddhist pilgrimage circuit that covers Cambodia, Myanmar, Nepal, and India. Disaster Management Department of Buthidaung Township provided 427 rice bags to the displaced persons of IDP camps in Buthidaung Township, Mangdor District in Rakhine State on Sunday. The provision was made by officials from Buthidaung Township Disaster Management Department of the Ministry of Social Welfare Relief and Resettlement, led by in charge Dozanwe U. The officials handed over the 1 month's assistance of 15 rice bags to the Sayadaw of the Mingala Yuamat Monastery in Yuamat Village in Buthidaung Township for 49 students who are studying at the monastery. They also handed over 1 month's provision of 422 rice sacks to the in-charges of 7 IDP camps for 1,321 people of 275 households of the camps in Buthidaung Township. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. The flag hoisting ceremony of the 72nd anniversary of Independence Day, one of the most significant days of Myanmar citizens, was held at Independence Monument in Mahabandula Park in Yangon at 4:20 a.m. on the 4th of January. Yangon Region Chief Minister U Min Thain read out the message of the 72nd anniversary of Independence Day sent by President U Win Myint of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. Myanmar is a country standing in the world with great dignity and its own sovereignty since time immemorial. Yangon reports.
The flag hoisting ceremony of the 72nd anniversary of Independence Day, one of the most significant days of Myanmar citizens, was held at Independence Monument in Mahabandula Park in Yangon region at 4:20 a.m. on 4th January, during which the Guard of Honor flew the flag. Yangon Region Chief Minister U Min Thain of Yangon Region Government read out the message of the 72nd anniversary of Independence Day sent by President U Min of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar. U Min Thain, Yangon Region Chief Minister, read out the message.
To be able to stand as a sovereign nation in the region, as well as in the world with a positive image, all the national regions must strive with the strong union spirit to preserve our three main national causes: the non-disintegration of the union and the non-disintegration of the national solidarity and perpetuation of sovereignty, while taking the lesson in the past to achieve mutual understanding, mutual trust, and mutual respect among our national races. Moreover, we must also strive for successful implementation of peace process, the emergence of a federal union, building complete mutual trust, and the amendment of the constitution, which is relevant to the real situation of the nation, and which is in line with the standard and the fundamental principle of democracy and human rights through union spirit.
U Dinluin, Yangon Region Local Representative representing Bazondang Constituency 2 said.
Myanmar is an independent country standing for a long time in the world. It can stand on its own feet. To be stable to stand on own feet, our ancestors sacrificed, had to run the risk of losing life, blood and sweat. Their hard work is always in our memories and it never loses in our mind. We envy those who had sacrificed their life for independence. For that reason, as an independent citizen, I will faithfully serve the duty assigned to me. I firmly believe that the Independence Days are held with these noble aims.
Myanmar is a country standing in the world with great dignity and its own sovereignty since time immemorial. When colonialism was fully functioned, the 19th century Myanmar became a colony and lost its independence and its sovereignty. The patriotic leaders of the national races and all the national races, led by our great national leader, Bojo Aung San, had sacrificed their lives with patriotic and national spirit to gain independence. As a result, Myanmar gained its independence and sovereignty on 4th January 1948.
That's a report on President urging all national brethren to safeguard the Union against disintegration. Alright, it's time now to check on the weather forecast in Myanmar. In Yangon, it's a nice weather with plenty of sunshine, but air quality will be unhealthy for sensitive groups during the day. Expect highest temperatures of 32 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 17 degrees Celsius. In Naypyidaw, a pleasant weather with plenty of sunshine during the day. Expect highest temperature of 29 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 14 degrees Celsius. It's a nice weather with sunny to partly cloudy conditions in Mandalay during the day. Expect highest temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius and the lowest of 14 degrees Celsius. Well, we have another report coming up, and then we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. Under the title Journey to the North, the destination for the 8th Myanmar Heritage Trail Tourism Rally was set as Kachin State. The press conference took place last Friday at the Chatrium Hotel in Yangon and confirmed that 24 people will start the rally with 7 cars from 7th to the 16th of January. Thodas Zin reports.
Being organized by Myanmar Tourism Marketing Association, the 8th Myanmar Heritage Trail Tourism Rally (MHTDR) is to start on 7th January for 10 days. Under the title Journey to the North, the destination for this 8th project is Kachin State. Altogether, 24 participants buying 7 cars are to go the rally until 16th of January. The group is to explore around the Kachin State and aims to promote the new destinations of Kachin State and the possible route to there by car.
We are to arrive in time for the Manaw Festival, annually held by Kachin ethnics. We are also to visit Indolji Lake, where you can see a variety of birds and where the community-based tourism is being implemented. We are also to observe the Pagan, the mineral mining area, whether we can set destination there or not. Our next target is Putao, and we will visit the attraction points. On our way back, we will arrive in Bamo and Mogo. Along our journey, we are to be supported by regional and state governments, as well as to collaborate with the local tour operators.
Since last year, Myanmar Tourism Marketing Association has focused on the discovering of and promoting the new destinations, as well as giving more awareness for the quite annual emerged destinations.
One of MTM's objectives is to promote new destinations, to explore, to discover, and to promote new destinations within Myanmar. In fact, in Myanmar, there are so many new destinations that could be attractions for international travelers beyond the classic destinations. So when promoting those new destinations, the first ones to travel these areas are our domestic travelers. Before the international travelers arrive to those destinations must be ready. So by receiving those domestic travelers at the earlier stage, these destinations and tourism stakeholders and then the local communities, they will be able to prepare themselves, and also the destination will also be ready in a few years to receive the international travelers.
This rally is neither just for fun nor commercial. As our association is to support tourism marketing of Myanmar, we collaborated with the videographers, bloggers, and other tourism-related persons for the promotion of the regional tourism products. We also have core members who join every project no matter how the trip is adventurous. We operate every journey we go, and the participants have to pay the reasonable fees, which will be used for their accommodation and other expenses. We also have contributions from sponsors, which are used for tourism promotion.
I really off-road the mountain.
I like to drive the rally off-road and love the nature and ethnics. That's why I've joined MHTTR projects. In the previous journeys, it was really adventurous. And for this time, since I've only been to Putao by flight, I'm excited to go there by car. I support this project because I assume that traveling by car is much more affordable than traveling by flight.
It is expected that the rally can promote the regional tourism of Kachin State by discovering and unveiling the new destinations in it and give more tourist awareness to the places which are already receiving the travelers. That's all for now. This is Dora Swissing from MI Radio.
Well, that's a report on 8th Myanmar Heritage Trail Tourism Rally. And now we have an information on currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. $1 is at 1,466 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 210 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,634 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,920 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,086 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 357 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 48 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 20 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,577. Silver is at $18, and Brent crude oil is at $64. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,000. MTSH is at 3,850. MCB is at 8,200. FPB remains at 23,000. TMH is at 2,900. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch many other great programs of MI Radio on the website. We're also running on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Alternatively, you can download our app on both iOS and Android platforms. It's easy to search. Just type in Myanmar INTL Radio and you'll find the app. Download it on your devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. The Myanmar Independent Living Initiative is making relentless efforts for ensuring that people with disabilities will be able to get on well with social communities and enjoy their rights. Myanmar is a member of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The fourth Festival of Artists with Disabilities was held at Myanmar Convention Center on the 1st of January, with the aim of making personal qualities of persons with disabilities known to the public. It is the fourth Festival of Artists with Disabilities, Mintutat reports.
The Myanmar Independent Living Initiative MILI is making relentless efforts for ensuring that the people with disabilities will be able to get on well with social communities and enjoy their rights. Myanmar is a member of Convention on Rights of Persons with Disabilities. Efforts are being made for enabling the persons with disabilities to get on well with social communities and enjoy equal rights. The Festival of Artists with Disability was held with the aim of making personal qualities of persons with disabilities known to the public. Persons with disabilities are physically or mentally disabled, but they have ability to do something. Now is the fourth Festival of Artists with Disabilities. Dr. Winya A., Junior Minister for Social Welfare, Relief and Resettlement said,
The ministry is trying to change false views on the persons with disabilities. The persons with abilities and those with disabilities are the same. All are humans. I would like to tell that all of us must take cooperative measures for enabling the persons with disabilities to enjoy human rights just like those with abilities. Our ministry is to provide rights for the persons with disability. The disabled persons show abilities to do something although they are disabled. Particularly, they are physically disabled, but they are mentally strong. They are invisible, but they are strong and mental.
Myanmar Independent Living Initiative MILI has been holding the Festival of Artists with Disabilities since 2013 inside the country. It also held ASEAN Festival. It has a total of 5 times holding the festival. The MILI has submitted the rights of disabled persons to the governmental departments and officials. It is making strenuous efforts to raise public awareness of disabled persons and boost their capacity and promote their living standards. Unelinzo, Executive Director of Myanmar Independent Living Initiative said,
The government is undertaking more and more. In the urban construction sector, platforms and slopes have to take into consideration whether they will be suitable for the persons with disabilities. The public buses that the disabled person can take have come into view in the public transport sector. There is still the gap between the urban and the rural areas. It is required to consider the disabled person. The government lays down policies for the development of the state in the future. We have many things left to do for enabling the disabled persons to earn for living with dignity. I would like to tell the people should participate in the relevant sectors while the government is trying to create the opportunities for the disabled persons.
The MILI is providing services such as car rental, printing, studio recording, editing, modern music band rental, artistic work, and training hall rentals. The proceeds will be spent on the sectors capable of serving the interests of disabled persons. The MILI has formed 28 branches in 10 states and regions. Dr. Myosu, chairperson of Purple Lily Disabled Person Economic Group, also explains further.
Only about 15% of disabled persons get employment. 85% disabled persons are unemployed. Therefore, the Employment Committee for Disabled Persons, in cooperation with governmental departments, are creating the opportunities for the disabled persons. The disabled persons are also trying their best. We are creating the opportunities for the disabled persons. The people need to recognize them. I would like to tell that all the people should understandingly join hands with the disabled persons because they can do for the interest of the state.
That's a report on efforts being put into providing persons with disabilities with rights and living. And here's the last report on the 3rd Independence Movement International Film Festival in Yangon. Being organized by Hangil Visual History Foundation, Independence Movement International Film Festival kicked off in Yangon for the 3rd time on Saturday at Myanmar Motion Picture Organization Cinema. The two movies, My Brother, My Country, My Mother from Myanmar and The Tiger from Korea was screened free of charge. Dora Zin has the details.
To commemorate the independence movement in the countries which had suffered from colonization, the Hangil Visual History Foundation has started the Independence Movement International Film Festival, and it has been 3 times happening in Yangon in 2020. This year, the film festival kicked off for 2 days by screening 2 movies, one from Myanmar and one from Korea, at Myanmar Motion Picture Organization Cinema. The opening ceremony took place on 4th January, which was the Independence Day of Myanmar, and the ceremony was attended by the Deputy Mayor of Yangon Region, U So Loi, the writer of Myanmar Motion Picture Promotion Division of the Information and Public Relations Department, U Tay Nai, Chairman of Myanmar Motion Picture Organization, Director U Nyi Thunlin, representatives from Hangil Visual History Foundation, the writer and actor U Nyong Win, and other guests.
I think that the gist and the most important motivation for the film festival to happen is in order to not just let the interest and love for the interest of the independence movement not just limited to its own country, but try to spread out and try to amass the attention and historical significance among other countries in order to create and to convey the bigger message, how it's important for us to remember peace and whatnot. So I think that the reason why we came to Myanmar and tried to collaborate as much as possible is because we want the young generation in Korea and also in Myanmar who has suffered for over 100 years due to Great Britain and also due to Japan, and try to remember that, especially because we have a common denominator of having colonialism and suffering because of those losses.
The movie from Myanmar is My Brother, My Country, My Mother, Nga Nhi Nga Mni Nga Me by director Woo Nyung-win, and it was screened on Saturday, and the movie The Tiger from Korea was screened on Sunday.
The Tiger Korea ရုပ်ရှင်ဇာတ်ကားကြီးကိုဇန်နဝါရီလ 5 ရက်နေ့တို့မှာမြန်မာနိုင်ငံရုပ်ရှင်အစည်းအဝေးမှာ
ကိုတိုင်းပြည်နဲ့လူမျိုးတွေအသက်ပေးသွားကြတဲ့အာဇာနည်ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေကို Skyless Stars.
In nations in the world, there are many people who sacrifice their life for their country, and we call those people skyless stars. In the history of independence movement, there are many skyless stars in both Myanmar and Korea as well as in other countries. So they have filmed the movies about the independence. In Myanmar, the movies about independence movement are Ngaba and My Brother, My Country, My Mother, which will be screened today. The purpose of the movies is that to be entertaining and at the same time to be able to learn about the history. In every nation which had struggled for independence, there should be movies about independence movement to motivate the love for the country. Moreover, this is third Independence Movement International Film Festival in Yangon in collaboration with Korea, so it can strengthen the relations between Korea and Myanmar.
I'd like to stress the importance of the young generation, the people around my age, that it's not okay to forget about the historical significance and that we still do need to remember how collaboration among other countries to remember peace is a noble cause that we should remember in the end of the day. So that would be the impact that this would have. Starting with Korea, I think that for the next years and the future plan would be first of all to try it in more other countries. We've already tried it in Korea, Myanmar, China, and other countries as well. The more important thing would be to go on to other countries as well. Second of all, I think that especially as I've mentioned, the collaboration in trying to compare different independent activists for different countries. I think in the future we're trying to do it for other countries as well, trying to compare not only Korea and Myanmar, but Uzbekistan or whatnot, but other countries try to amass the attention and provide that kind of purpose for the people to still want to know more about our history.
The movies are screened to the public with free of charge with the hope that the citizens can learn the importance of the independence movement and the activists to feel the freedom at the present and to maintain that freedom. That's all for now. This is Thora Swison from MI Radio.
That's all the reports on Myanmar today. Time to look at the world through the international landscape now. Officials warned on Monday a second day of light rain brought relief for firefighters battling bushfires that have killed 24 people across southeastern Australia, but hot, windy conditions are expected to return later in the week. The rain came down all along the coast from Sydney all the way to Melbourne, with temperatures much lower in the low 20s degrees Celsius, down from nearly 40 degrees Celsius in some areas over the weekend. Gladys Berejiklian, New South Wales State Premier, said 2 people were missing in the state of New South Wales and fire authorities were still trying to assess damage from fires, with ravaged small towns in the southeast part of the state last week. Fire officials said that while the rain had brought relief to firefighters and communities ravaged by fires, it posed challenges for back-burning efforts to reduce fuel for future fires and bring existing fires under control. In other news, Iran announced on Sunday it would abandon limitations on enriching uranium, taking a further step back from commitments to a 2015 nuclear deal with 6 major powers, but it will continue to cooperate with the UN nuclear watchdog. Iran had been expected to announce its latest stance on the deal this weekend, but its announcement coincided with a major escalation of hostilities with Washington following the US killing of top Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani in a drone strike on Friday in Baghdad.
The Iranians make the choice to respond. I hope that they don't. President Trump has made clear what we will do in response if they do, that our response will be decisive and vigorous, just as it has been.
Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. See you tomorrow.